It's good to be here. Holy shit. We're here. The hair. Dude, I don't know what's happening. Like, I gotta get into that in a second. I won't kick off with the hair stuff, but like, Jesus Christ, I don't know what the big difference is. My hair's always been like this, but how's it going, everybody? Welcome to the broadcast. It is August 19th, 2026, and it's going to be a good one. Before we go any further, I do want to thank and say hello to the members in chat, the ones who are here early, the one who became a member during the loading screen, that one movie guy. How's it going? Thank you for becoming a member. Appreciate it. And to the rest of you, hello, Devin Bishop. How's it going? Flowed, Nick Rudeau, Carter Conrad, What the Falconer, Tyler, Dan Word, Maxwell Hampton, good to see you. And I think that's it. Oh, Owen Talks a lot. Tomas, good to see you. Joe Tarones, Jorma Pesto. Everybody say hello to our mod, John. He's here today. Good to have John here. And I exist. Good to see you. Great. Guys, it's great to be here. You missed me? I just said it. John mentioned. Shout out, John. Yeah, it's good to be John the God. Why are you laughing when you say it's good to have me? I don't know. I think today's like kind of a goofy John day. I realize there's like a certain energy coming out of the chat and a certain energy that I feel where I'm just like, it's kind of funny to talk about John today. I don't know why. I also think it's because we played Big Walk this week. And so, yeah, I've been hanging out with John. Not that much. I was about to say a lot, but it was literally just one night. But anyway, I didn't know what, I'll be honest. So I was like getting ready and I was like getting my water and stuff. And I just glanced at chat. And someone said the the John and Karsten Yowie. I didn't know what that was. I had to look it up, and I immediately ignored it. This year, this year. Had a terrible week. Being here really helps me relax. Hey, I'm really glad to hear that. I hope today's a relaxing day. It's good to have you here, Tyrannosaurus Peck. It's a fun username. Yeah, a lot happened this week. Lot to talk about. Bro, what? Oh, dear? Bro, what happened? Yowie? Oh, that's probably what you're referring to. Is this a Baba Day? This is most certainly not a Baba Day. This is another kind of day. It's not Stardew Day either. We'll return to Stardew, but it's not going to be today. Some people are going to be really upset at what today is, and then I think some people will be really happy, but I'm kind of excited to return to this kind of day, and we'll talk about it in a second. Shai Zohar, thank you for the super chat. Appreciate it. Is it a crime that you haven't seen? It is a crime that you haven't seen The Piano Teacher. You should add it to the poll this week. I agree. That is like one of the big boys. I don't know how this keeps happening. We keep watching upsetting movies though, and I've heard that one's kind of upsetting. So, is that one upsetting? Or is that and The Pianist they're both upsetting, right? And then even The Piano is kind of a downer. All piano movies I feel like are not fun times. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to add that this week. I was kind of feeling like anime this week. I would rewatch Tar though. I'd so Tar's kind of an anime when you think about it. Electrify, thank you for being a member for 2 months. Hello, Cars, 2 questions. Do you have a movie theater subscription, and which one is it? Can I request a John Cassavetes film for broadcast? You can always request whatever you want. Yeah. I'm a part of AMC A-List. I'm a proud AMC A-List member, and I do so much free promo for them. I try to tell everyone about it. I think it's a great system. Been an A-List member for many years now. Everybody wants Akira. Maybe Akira. It's been a couple years. I've seen it many times. Are you a Gen Z, Karsten? Yes, I am. I've come to accept this, and I'm fine with. I'm really like I'm in such an awkward year where I'm kind of a really young millennial and a really old Gen Z. But I think every time I look it up and ask people, they're like, "You're Gen Z." I'm like an older generation Gen Z. I was born in 1997. So I don't know if Chad has takes on that, but I think I would call myself Gen Z. You and I are different generations. Yeah, John, because you're a little older than I am, and you're a millennial. Do you notice a difference, John? Do we feel like different generations? I don't think so. There's the tiniest spider I've ever seen in my life just going across my view right now. What the Falconer, thank you for being a member for 8 months. Don't want to repeat T2 Akira IMAX release September 4th. Oh, yeah, good to... Honestly, yeah, let's save it for then. Of course, John is a millennial. I'm 15 years older than Karsten. Ben, thank you for becoming a member. Appreciate it. That's a nice dog in your profile picture. Is that a dog? He's just a little guy. Don't bother him. Well, I just murdered him in front of everybody. Hope that's fine. Rick and Morty, the anime. I'm a zoomer because of being a 97 head. Question, are you excited for autumn? I am. Especially out here in LA. Not to talk about the weather, literally the most boring topic of all time, but like if you are in Southern California, or I guess LA specifically, you will know that it's and I guess this is every year, but I'm just kind of new and I didn't notice it last year, which was my first summer in LA. But it's been the same day for like 3 months. Every day is the exact same. And it's driving me crazy, and I'm really sick of the heat, and I'm genuinely like there was a slight drizzle the other day, and it was like the best thing in the world. So I'm very excited for autumn. I know that like Midwest people probably hate to hear this right now, but I'm like, I need like a bad thunderstorm. I need something like nice and wet. I exist. Thank you for being a member for 11 months. Are you a sunflower seed fan? If yes, then what's your favorite flavor? If not, then what's the best director-actor duo? I was really into sunflower seeds as a kid when I played baseball. Like I leaned all the way into that cliche as they were great on the baseball field. I haven't had one in a while though. They kind of like feel nut adjacent, even though I'm not allergic to sunflower seeds. But for some reason I'm like scared to have them. But they were nice, very salty. But then what's the best actor director duo? I think Wes Anderson, Owen Wilson is something we need to return to, personally. But I also love Kelly Reichardt and Michelle Williams. That's a great duo. Always great. A tornado? No, not a tornado. Something I don't talk about very often. I lived through a tornado as a kid. When I was like 1 or 2 years old. I grew up on a farm, and a tornado blew through and destroyed the barn. And I was in the basement, and I don't remember it at all. I don't remember this night at all, but I think that's a traumatic event that's like lodged deep inside my brain, because now whenever there's like well, not now that I live in LA, but like anytime there was a tornado warning when I lived in the Midwest, it freaks out everybody, but it really got to me. And I think that's just like really buried trauma from going through that as a child. Are you sure your parents weren't just spinning you really fast? Could have been that. Natural disasters week. We could do that. We could do some. I mean, listen, and this isn't just because they just did an episode on it on the rewatchables, but I've been really craving a rewatch of Speed. I think it would be a little sad to make my movie of the week Speed the same week as rewatchables, but like I would happily watch Speed. Carson, have you seen Criterion's new video? I don't think so. I saw the announcement of the new titles that are on there, and I'm very excited about Linda, Linda, Linda. I'm excited about all the new Madonna movies. There's a lot that's coming to Criterion that I'm excited about. Let's do a Woody Allen this week. Maybe not this week. Anyway, Carson, please do an update on your physical media collection. It'd be so fun. I just did a little update on my haul like 2 or 3 weeks ago. But I should do a full-on video. You're right. I know that's probably what you mean. I wish I had a more exciting update. Did I get anything new? No. I showed you the Fabelmans. I showed you the Prison on Fire double feature. I didn't get anything new. No. K-Pop Demon Hunters 4K is going to be sick. Okay, listen, I will say it. The cover is pretty cool. I was like deep in my, everyone was busy talking about how it was like a weird decision to have K-pop in the collection at all. But like in the back of my mind, I was just curious about what the cover was going to be this whole time. I was like, well, if it's a cool cover, like we'll let it slide. And it was a cool cover. It looks pretty sick. I'm not going to lie. Makes the movie look better than it is. I'm not going to buy it. Absolutely not. Even though, like, I kind of like the Netflix stuff because it's nice to own that stuff physically. But I'm definitely not going to buy that one. I don't like that movie that much. Marie Antoinette is really cool. They had that one Ed Harris, like, spaceship movie. I'm forgetting what it's called, but I've been wanting to watch it for a while. It's like 3.5 hours long. But it's like an Ed Harris space movie directed by the guy who did Invasion of the Body Snatchers. And I'm forgetting the title. Wild at Heart 2, I'm actually very excited about. Wild at Heart physical media has been really hard to track down. Or at least it was like a couple years ago. Right Stuff. Yeah, Right Stuff. Yeah, I want to check that out. I'm in a big Ed Harris phase. I think after History of Violence, I had like a moment with him in that movie where I was like, this guy is the best. And I want to watch more Ed Harris. So that was kind of perfect timing, that being announced. The Right Stuff is great. Yeah, I think it looks like the kind of thing I would enjoy. It intimidates me with how long it is, but I'm like, that's kind of right in my wheelhouse. Tyler, thank you for being a member for 10 months. Hey, Cars, can you put the Maltese Falcon in the poll since I have to watch it for a film class? I actually will, because I haven't seen it either, and I've been wanting to watch it for a long time. So I might put that in there. Sorry if I butchered this. Vinicius Prush, thank you for the super chat. Hi from Brazil. Wasn't able to call you. Can you give me a film rec? Faves are Paris, Texas, All About My Mother, The Gleaners and I, and Inland Empire. Ooh. I'm going to recommend, because this is going off like Paris, Texas, and Inland Empire. It's a bit of a stretch from All About My Mother, except maybe not really. There's like soapy qualities to it. If you can find it, I'm going to recommend Todd Field's first film, In the Bedroom. It's kind of a hard one to find, but I think that's a really good option. I think you would like that. If not that, then for some reason my mind is saying The Player by Robert Altman. It's a hit for everybody. I need to watch Gleaners and I haven't seen it. Tintin would be awesome for next week. I'd be happy with that because I'm doing the Spielberg thing and I need to, it would kill two birds with one stone, but we'll see. Carson, when are you going to watch Solaris for the broadcast? That's also a good question. I think we're already thinking about next week, aren't we? These are already some good options. I kind of wanted it to be anime, but you guys are throwing some good options at me. How many more Spielbergs do you have to watch? Let me pull up the list. It's not that bad. We're almost through it. I have yet to watch Tintin, Bridge of Spies, which I'm very excited about. I just remembered that the Coen brothers wrote it, so I just got excited about it again. I'm going to rewatch E.T. If I have time, I'll rewatch Jurassic Park. If I have time, I'll rewatch The Last Crusade for an exciting reason. And 1941, which I'm dreading, Duel, AI, and Saving Private Ryan. I decided I'm not going to do the TV movies because there's Something Evil and then there's one other. And I think because they never got theatrically released and they're not on like any other Spielberg ranked lists, I'm just going to leave them out. I'm like, let's make this a bit more concrete. So I'm sticking with those. Duel was a TV movie that was then released theatrically later on. It was kind of a weird deal, but that one's different, but it's a little confusing. He also directed an episode of Columbo. He's directed a lot, yes. And I'm also not going to watch like the Twilight Zone movie or anything like that because it's like he's part of a larger thing there. I'm excited for Duel. I think I'm going to like Duel. Based on the fact that I liked Sugarland Express, I'm like, I think I'm going to be into Duel. I think I'm going to love Bridge of Spies. I think I'm going to like Saving Private Ryan a lot more than I realize. Oh, and I'm halfway through The Color Purple. I paused it to hop on here. But it was a really good pausing moment. I'm not usually one to pause movies like that, but I was like, this is a good place to pause. I watched a little bit of it this morning. Not his best, but not bad. I think I might bump up Hook. If anyone saw my Letterboxd review, it was kind of mean. But I was like, it wasn't that. It was actually I'm like, it's growing on me the more I'm thinking about it. This is an intermission? Yeah. This is a 3-hour intermission. Hook is bad. Hook is not a good movie, but I think it's better than a 2.5. Hook review was bad. No, the Hook review it was true, first of all, but it was a little mean. It was probably not necessary to call out those kids. But that it was truly some of the worst child acting I've ever seen. It was so bad. Except for Prince Zuko. He was good. And his kids in real life. Peter's like real world kids. Those they were good, but like a lot of the other kids were not very good. Club Kid, yes. I was gonna talk about Club Kid. Trailer came out this morning. I've been very excited to see this trailer. If you didn't know, this is a movie that came out at Cannes, that I saw at Cannes, directed and starring Jordan Firstman and Diego Calva. And I highly recommend checking out the trailer. It's pretty good. I will say if you think the trailer is like underwhelming, the movie is way better. But if you think the trailer is great, like the movie's even better. Like it's just it's so much better than you think it's gonna be. It's one of my favorites of the year. The more I've been thinking about it, the more I'm like, is that my favorite movie of the year? I loved Club Kid. I loved it so much. It's a movie that I can't wait to just rewatch over and over again. Made me laugh, almost made me cry. Just really well made, front to back. It's a great movie. And the trailer just came out this morning, so I'm very excited about that. What else? Okay, so yeah, the thing I was gonna lead today with, besides the hair, which I'll talk about in a second too, I guess. But so yesterday, I'm sure a lot of you were in the same boat as me, in that you were trying to get IMAX 70 tickets for Dune, these insider screenings that they call them. And I'm like, first of all, I didn't know this was a thing until the day before. I'm like not tapped into Dune updates like that. But like I just happened to like see a post on my feed from like Dune Insider on Instagram, which now I'm following because I'm like, I guess I got to be tapped in for this movie. And what confused me was that tickets went on sale a long time ago, and I got tickets for, I believe, the 17th in IMAX 70. And I was like sitting pretty. I was like, we're good. I'm ready. And then out of nowhere, I see this post that are like, there's going to be tickets for screenings like a few days before that, like the Monday before. And I was like, fuck you. Why does this keep happening? And so that was something I had to stress about yesterday. I was like, I guess I got to also buy more tickets, even though I thought moving forward, I'm just not going to buy the first thing I see. I'm just going to wait for that early screening purchase because I'm like, this is so fucking annoying. But so anyway, I'm like on edge now. And yesterday I have like 3 different screens open for 3 different theaters where I can see it. Apparently they go on sale like at a random point before they're supposed to go. Like everyone, I was looking it up on Reddit. They were like, they go live at 9 a.m. Pacific. Things are falling off the desk. They go live at 9 a.m. Pacific. And so I'm like, okay, great. I'll refresh at 9 a.m. I hop on there like about 20 minutes before, refresh, they're live. They went live at like a random time. And I was like, oh, awesome. Okay, great. I know that that's because they like didn't want to like crash the website or anything like that. But I was also like, fuck you. So by the time I get in there, like there are plenty of seats have already been taken. The act of like getting the seats is hell because it keeps being like, oh, this seat has already been bought. This seat has already been bought. And so I have to like restart the thing. By now it's like 9:06 and I refresh. And I think this is now I'm in like the proper getting a seat window. Like they finally kind of let me in where there's actually seats I can buy. But then the screen won't stop loading. Like by this point, the website's gone. By this point, everything's crashed. And this happened to all 3 screens. So I'm sitting there at like 9:20, just watching them go over and over again. I'm on my phone trying to do it. Same deal. I didn't get tickets. It was a horrible experience. It was genuinely like a really bad time. So I didn't get tickets. So I'm just going to see it the day it comes out, which is fine. I'll see it I'll see it that Thursday. But I was actually like bummed about it the whole day. It really, because what happened, even worse, and it just was like kind of like rubbing sand in the wound, was like I then had tickets later that day, yesterday, to go see The Odyssey in IMAX 70, which I'd been excited for many weeks. I got the tickets like a long time ago because that was the only time. This is the only day I could get tickets. And so sand, I meant to say salt, but sand would also hurt. So I go to AMC City Walk, which I'll talk about this experience in a second. I go there and there's like a line around the building for Dune tickets. And I was like, I didn't even realize this was an option. obviously I'm already like kind of late for the movie, so I'm like, I don't have time to do this. But then I go and I finally get to experience IMAX 70 for the first time. It's my first time, and I realize just how good it is, and I get even sadder at the fact that I'm not going to be able to see Dune like the first possible chance I can in this format. And so I was just like, it's a weird day. But I did forget that at that theater and at, I think, the IMAX 70 screenings, they show like 5 minutes of the new Dune beforehand. It's something I did not realize going in, and when it started, I was really happy. I felt kind of like a baby being given its pacifier. I was like, everything's fine. It's all good. I'm watching Dune footage. When will you watch Doomsday? So I also have my Doomsday tickets. I felt kind of crazy doing that. Like, I was like, I can't believe I'm buying Marvel tickets many months in advance. But I was like, I kind of feel like I need to. I'm seeing it, I think, the next day, like Friday morning. I'm obviously seeing Dune first. There was never a question. But anyway, I'm really mad about the whole thing. I think the like ticketing situation to movies like this nowadays is so dumb. I know that like I guess there is like a lot of demand, but so I don't know what the solution is. Like, you can't stop people's excitement, but I do think it's stupid. I was like, this is not a concert. This is a movie, and I'm just trying to see it first, like everybody else. But anyway, I can't wait to deal with TIFF tickets in like a week or so, whenever that opens up. John, I'm with you. I hope they lose money. What did John say? All he said was sand. Oh, I hope to God they lose money on that. Nobody should buy inflated tickets for a movie you can see a week later. Oh, about the scalpers? Yeah. Yeah, and then I was seeing pictures of people like lined up out of the New York City theater, and I was like, Jesus Christ. So stupid, man. I just want to see Dune. I just want to see Dune. But I got my tickets for like the Thursday night 70 millimeter IMAX. So I don't know why I'm that mad. It's like, I'm going to see it. I'm going to see it the way it was supposed to be seen. Yeah, I was willing to go searching for that message, John. I was. What happened to the Members Roast Part 2? Wasn't it supposed to happen yesterday? It was, and I'm very sorry that it didn't. I've had a really busy weekend and week, and I haven't gotten around to it. I realized with my video schedule that I had to work on like all the videos for the rest of the month in the last week. So I apologize, but don't think that's not coming. It is coming. Just bear with me. I just need a second to like make it. But apologies for the wait on that. I know I said Tuesday. Probably this. I'll be free this weekend. It'll be free. It'll be out this weekend. Jude, thank you for being a member for 9 months. Best movies to watch on small screen rather than big. Small screen rather than big. I mean, I think a good, like, I don't know. Honestly, like a nice cold procedural, I think works on a small, not like a small screen, but not like, you don't need to see like All the President's Men in IMAX 70, you know? You don't even need to see Zodiac on IMAX 70. It's a movie that hits really good on your TV. Like those kinds of movies where it's like, it's not about like the spectacle of it, it's about the feeling, I think worked really well on a small screen. Hubie Halloween, I've talked about this. I don't know if you're referencing my specific note on this, but like I watched Hubie Halloween on my phone and had the perfect experience and was really happy about it. Was the best movie to watch on my Apple Watch? Probably Skinamarink. I like that one. Yeah. Let's go with Skinamarink. Have you guys heard about that Chinese movie that is like one of the highest grossing films of the year over there? I forget what it's called. I really want to see it. I can't remember the name, but it's like this shitty cow. Nai Li? Is it Nai Li? It looks awesome. New Lie. Yeah, I need to see that super fast. I hope it comes to the US. I will be there opening night. It's true, they made a Chinese movie. It's crazy. What else? Okay, so then I wanted to talk a little bit about, I don't know if anyone here cares, but the AMC City Walk Theater is like kind of a famous thing here in LA. It's like Christopher Nolan's favorite theater, apparently. It's like one of the best screens in the country. And so I finally got to see that yesterday. And I just want to say, like, the act of going into like Universal Studios, the theme park, and like parking in the ET lot, and then going through like security, like taking off my belt to see a movie was just as like annoying as I thought it would be. I have nothing else to really say about the experience. I mean, the screen was really beautiful, and it was kind of worth it. It was a great screen. But I just want people to be aware of that if they plan to go to City Walk in the future, if they ever visit LA. It's not an easy time. TSA in the movie theater. Literally, it was TSA in the movie theater, and I was like, man, I'm just trying to see the Odyssey. I would not be able to go to that movie theater without hitting up some rides. It was tempting. I could see like the Minions from the parking garage, and I was like, oh shit, I might need to go over there. So Empire of the Sun, good movie. Good movie. I was surprised. A little weird, but I think a really interesting Spielberg movie. And quite moving at times, quite beautiful. Really good Christian Bale. Baby Bale. I didn't know that until it started. It kind of looks crazy. He's like a little boy, but he has like, you can immediately see Christian Bale. And so it kind of looks like a grown man's face on a little boy. Like even at that age, he looked kind of old. It is an interesting like comparison to like Come and See. It's like Spielberg's take on Come and See, where it's like a child looking at war through a child's eyes and watching him kind of grow through it. And it's a very different kind of sappy approach, but for it's a Spielberg movie, so it's like that's what you're gonna get. And I thought it was pretty good. I'm excited to talk about it. Not the best Spielberg movie, but like, are you excited for Buddy? What the hell is Buddy? I've never heard of that until just now. What is Buddy? What the Falcon? Thank you for the super chat. Most disappointing film. I love baseball, but Field of Dreams was ass. Also, give us a quick rundown of your baseball career. David's Original Seeds for the. Okay, yeah, I was gonna say, what are you talking about? Most disappointing film. My oldest memory of being disappointed was probably going to see the live-action Spiderwick film in theaters, which was a book series that I loved as a kid. And then when I saw the movie, I was like, ah. But Field of Dreams was also kind of underwhelming for me. This guy doesn't know Buddy. I don't. My baseball career was very short. I played as a kid on like a team over the summer. And then I was like decent. I had some moments. And then I joined the team in middle school and got humbled immediately, where I was like one of the worst kids on the team. And then one day I was like, after not doing very well at any other position, I was like, can I just try being catcher at practice? I was like, can I try being catcher? And they put me in there, and I didn't have like a mask on for some reason. And they had our like star pitcher step up. And he threw a fastball at me, and it like hit me in the jaw like immediately. Like the whole act of like getting ready and like settling down and then crouching and getting in position, and they're like, all right, go. And then I just immediately get like banged in the face. Probably like the hardest I've ever been hit in the face by anything. I had like the you could see like the stitching of the ball like printed onto my jaw. And after that, I was like, I think I'm gonna join the track team. Yeah. That was pretty painful. I think literally after that, I was like, I'm gonna do swimming and I'm gonna do track and those are going to be my sports because I can't get hurt that way. And then I decided, one more story. And then I decided to join the diving team because I was pretty good at flips from my parkour days. So I joined the diving team for 1 year, and I'm not trying to toot my own horn here, but I was a pretty decent diver, all things considered. But the one thing that like I needed to do to like take me from JV to varsity was a reverse, but you probably know it as a gainer. It's when you jump forward and do a backflip. I can do a backflip all day. I could do a double flip. I could do an inward, which is when you jump backwards and do a flip. I could do all these crazy things, but like my mind could not get me to do a gainer. And so one day at practice, my coach was like trying to get me to like just force me into it, just like get over the hump. And so she had me do this like one trick where it's like you first jump off and then you do like a pike, which is, I'm not going to go into detail on all this stuff, but like basically it evolved to where I kept trying over and over again and kept back flopping. So much so that she was like, you need to borrow like a swim shirt. It'll hurt less. And that one practice, I ripped 3 separate swim shirts because of how many times I was back flopping. It was like an hour of me jumping out and landing on my back for like an hour straight until eventually I was like, I just don't know if this is something I can do. And that was the ending of my diving career. What a ramble. Listen, man, I just had to talk about it for a second. I'm giving you guys my whole backstory. Farm, diving, baseball. I want you guys to get to know me. Were your parents mad? No, my parents weren't mad. My parents were never mad at stuff like that. What events did you swim? I did the 100 butterfly. That was my go-to. Let's vote on the poll. Yeah, let's do the poll. Got to get it off your chest. I get it. Parkour days. Like I'm dropping so many gems. Like I could go in depth on the parkour days. I could talk about my relationship with that sport, but we're not going to do it. Next week, what are some options? Maltese Falcon. Am I even pronouncing that right? Maltese? I like the Maltese Falcon. That's really calling my name. I just want to double check that it's available. Super available. But I'm also gonna like kind of encourage us to pick some anime films. That's like what I'm feeling. So if anyone has any anime recs, super open that aren't Akira, because I've seen Akira so many times. Everybody always recommends Akira, but I'm like, there's got to be some others. What's it called? The Maltese Falcon. Oh, Mind Game for sure. Mind Game for sure. There's always Angel's Egg. It would be funny if it's just 3 anime films and then Maltese Falcon. Just randomly. And it won. Fireworks is an anime, isn't it? 1997? No, it's not. Unless I'm looking at the wrong one. Fireworks film anime? Oh, 2017 Fireworks. I thought this whole time we were talking about 1997. Chainsaw Man movie? Solaris, Please Man? I like it when John throws out Rex. It's Stolen Kingdom. Let's just play Big Walk next week. Oh, yeah, Stolen Kingdom. Looks kind of hard to find. This guy really wants Chainsaw Man. Please, let's do Bottle Rocket. We missed our chance last week. I was all in on Bottle Rocket, and then the people wanted Bicycle Thieves. Blue Sky. What's Blue Sky? 1994, Tommy Lee Jones. Listen, I'm all down for Tommy Lee Jones, of course. Especially young Tommy Lee Jones. Damn. And Jessica Lange. Chainsaw Man. Let's do Chainsaw Man. I'll put down Chainsaw Man. I like Angel's Egg too. Ooh, Vampire Hunter. I've also been like, I'm kind of into the Vampire Hunter idea. It is Fireworks 1997. I just watched Redline last summer. Good movie. So when I asked for anime, like Vampire Hunter D Bloodlust is exactly what I was looking for. Like something like this. I just want to double check that we can watch it somewhere. But this is like the vibe. I was like something like I need to watch. It's not currently available on any streaming services. Otherwise, I would watch it. And I'm not about to encourage people to go out there and find it other ways. We're not doing Oy Vey, My Son is Gay. That's not an anime. Unless it is. I actually don't know. I spoke too soon. Sword of the Stranger. 2007. Sword of the Stranger. A swordsman becomes caught up in a struggle between morality, righteousness, and devotion after he agrees to take a raggedy boy and his dog to a Buddhist temple. Down. Amazon Prime. Crunchyroll. Blue Sky 2003 Korean anime. Sky Blue. AKA Wonderful Days. Looks good. Extra thank you for the super chat. The Tale of the Princess Kaguya. I love that movie. I just kind of watched it sort of recently, like 2 years ago. Dick Tracy. Vampire Hunter D is on YouTube. Solaris Man, it's not that hard. I told you guys a million times I'm going anime. Except for Maltese Falcon. That's the only one that's not. But it's got to be an anime. Next week we'll do Solaris. I'm having a tough time this week. 2 years is a life, bro. Miami Vice kind of calling my name too. Why am I struggling this week? Dale Jones, thank you for being a member for 3 months. Appreciate it. You have to watch Chainsaw Man Season 1 before the movie. Do I? Making my life even harder, man. Okay, now we're just getting the same ones over and over again. Fuck it. Miami Vice. We got 2 live action, 2 anime. We'll see what wins. Next week's nominees are The Maltese Falcon, Mind Game, Chainsaw Man, the movie, and Miami Vice. This is available for all channel members on the community tab right now. We will decide on who the winner is at the end of the stream. Solaris, I'll remember. This is a heated one. Oh my god. Miami Vice already winning. If it's Miami Vice, I swear to God, that's gonna be insane. Okay, all right. I'm not ready to talk about the movie today yet. I still have things to get off my chest. What else? I saw the end of Oak Street came out this week. I had seen it a long time ago, but I know many other people watched it. People don't seem to care about this film. At least that's reflected off the performance of my video on it, where I'm like, okay, I guess nobody cares about this film. Guess nobody cares. I won't take it personally. Really said a lot about my audience that Tony did so well and this one didn't. I was like, all right, I see who we're dealing with. We do not care. Yeah, people kept... I was really surprised. I think I was sort of in a bubble because all these weeks have been like, End of Oak Street, David Robert Mitchell, Anne Hathaway, old school Spielberg type dinosaur movie. I'm like, yeah, this is a thing that I will be seeing and will be talking about. But then like after the video came out and after I was like talking to some people about it, they were like, well, yeah, that movie looked awful. Like, I didn't know anyone was going to see that. And I was like, I thought this was like the flavor of the week. Like, I thought people like were going to go crazy for this. Huge miscalculation, I suppose. But, I thought it was a pretty good movie. I thought it was fun. It's actually growing on me the more I think about it. I don't think it's his best movie. I think it's ultimately like a safe way out is how I've looked at it. Thoughts on the It Follows sequel? I'm excited. It's been so long since I've watched It Follows, so I'm like really... It never really hit me that hard. Like, I think of Silver Lake before I think of It Follows when it comes to David Robert Mitchell. That's more of like I'm like, that's what kind of guy he is. Which maybe he would hate that. I don't know how he feels about that movie. He should be proud. It's a good movie. But It Follows was like a fun time. But it's been a long time, so I'm really I don't know, foggy on that one. Are you excited for Prime Time? It's like one of my most anticipated, yeah. My most anticipated go like Prime Time, Behemoth, Dune. That's where I'm at. That's where I'm at. Carson, can we do another food tier list, please? You know, I'd love to, actually. I don't know any good ones though. It's been a second since I've like had a good idea for a food tier list. I would love to do Pop-Tarts, but I don't know if people really care about that. Tiermaker.com. Yeah, today we're just hanging out. Today's such a hanging out day. This is like one of the most unserious streams I think I've ever done. I haven't even had my coffee yet. Breakfast foods, snack foods, absolute fruit is what they're calling it. The ice cream flavors, chips, best cereals, fast food restaurants, candy, cereal, every food I can think of, 203 items of food to go through. Soups is good. All right, you guys can talk to me now. I've had my coffee. Comida Española. Encyclopedia of we did sandwiches. I remember that. We did sandwiches. Did you see the Wildwood trailer? I don't actually think I've seen the new one. I know a new one just came out. That I'm also very excited for. I think that's going to be great. Dude, there's a new Leica movie, and no one's talking about this. But when I was going through the TIFF schedule, I found a new Cartoon Saloon. And I was like, what the fuck? I didn't know this. There's a new Cartoon Saloon coming out this year. Cereal or dessert? Is that a question, or are you pitching ideas? It's dessert any day of the week for me. I can't even find the dessert one. Tier list, man. Okay, man. Okay. I thought you were just asking me a question. Yeah, I can't find desserts. I'm only seeing ice cream. Where did I see desserts? Comprehensive desserts. Over 100 labeled images. Desserts would be fun because I can have a kill me tier where the dessert will kill me because it has nuts in it. Did you get the Dune tickets? Don't even ask me that. We don't need to. don't even bring up what is a very sensitive topic. Of course, I did not get Dune tickets. Do a movie YouTuber tier list. I'm not going to touch that. Not going to touch that one. Do you think they have one? Movie YouTubers. They don't. Someone's got to do it. Tier list my own videos. I should do a tier list of all of my what I watched this month videos. I've been thinking about this. Actually, I'm not going to say it out loud because someone might take it. Not that it's a great idea, but it's kind of a good idea. What's your most anticipated for the rest of the year? Top 5. Top 5, I'll go Primetime. I'll go Behemoth. I'll go History of Concrete. I'll go Dune, Messiah. I'll go... It might be Wildwood. I don't know. I'm excited for Wildwood. Maybe, I mean, the Cliff Booth, if it comes out. But... yeah, if Cliff Booth is coming out this year, which I don't think it is, that would be up there. Banging top 5, brother. Thank you. Yeah, I'm like, that's kind of, those really are at the heart my most anticipated. History of Concrete is awesome. Didn't even know John Wilson before watching it. That's an awesome way to watch that. I was just talking to my friend. He met John Wilson on the streets of New York. Apparently a very tall guy. Wild Horse 9, for sure. Also excited for Wild Horse 9. There's a tad bit of... I'm a little worried, but... do you have any physical release you're excited for? I'm not super tapped into, I'm already kind of forgetting which Criterions are coming out. Very rarely do I have to pounce on it. Like HUD 4K, that was a no-brainer. But like Wild at Heart, sure. I'm not gonna buy the Kubrick thing. That's not that important to me. No offense. Maybe it should be, but Josephine I'm very excited for too, yeah. Any new movies you have seen that you'd want to own? That I'd want to own. I think the next time there's a Criterion sale, I'll buy the EE. Blu-ray 4K? Do they have that in 4K? I should own that movie at this point, for sure. Happiness 4K, I really want. I should get the Indiana Jones movies on Blu-ray or 4K or something. I used to just abuse the box set I had as a kid, but it was DVDs. I remember that was the first thing box set that I obsessed over was my Indiana Jones. I put it on every road trip, had it in the car. Are you excited for Whale Fall? I don't know. So I just learned about Whale Fall. The only thing I know about it is one still from the trailer where it's a kid in a whale's mouth, really tiny, and he's like, help. And that's all I know about it. I don't know anything about that movie aside from there's a kid who is probably going to die. Best box set is the Wes Anderson one. I believe it. Yeah, I should buy some more of those Criterions. Gosh, I'm sorry that this is kind of I honestly, I thought of I was trying to figure out something to do today, but I was I don't really have any good ideas. There's always fruits. Best cereals is kind of fun. Let me just look at if I've like seen if I've seen any of these. They got Cookie Crisp on 4K. Apple Jacks. I've never had Count Chocula. Cap'n Crunch. No, man, this is just pure slop. I guess we'll talk about the movie, and then we can get into games. Maybe Stardew. Okay, yeah, we'll transition into that. Let me just check the poll real quick. So far, Miami Vice is leading the way. If you guys don't want to watch Miami Vice, I suggest you get in there now. But anyway, this week you guys voted on Bicycle Thieves. Where the hell did it go? Bicycle Thieves. A classic. I was really surprised this one. Last week, I don't remember all of the options, but I remember Bottle Rocket being in there, and I was kind of expecting this community specifically to do Bottle Rocket, but apparently everybody wanted to watch Bicycle Thieves more. Carson, you doing okay? I'm doing great. I'm a little hungry, to be honest, but we will not be spoiling Bicycle Thieves, no. I am going to ask about the ending, so I suppose when that comes up, I'll put in a little spoiler warning. But, yeah, I was looking for short films. Not short films, but movies that are short. And I think this is a really interesting... I think that element of this film is an interesting part to it, because this is less than 90 minutes. It's regarded as one of the greatest movies of all time. So much so that, honestly, this kind of, like... goes beyond. I don't think there's it's not really a debate that this is better than something like Citizen Kane or The Godfather. Like, those kind of always end up at the top of these lists. But like, Bicycle Thieves is such a like classic masterpiece that you're shown in film school. It's kind of like The 400 Blows in some ways. Like, it's just such a, I don't want to say film school movie, but it's like, it's so essential to getting into film, and like everyone talks about it as a movie you need to watch if you're going to get into this. Many people have seen it just because they watched it in film school, or just because they've heard it talked about in film school. And so it was like, there was like something about it that was kind of funny to me that we voted on it, because I was like, sure, yeah, Bicycle Thieves. Like, I'm trying to think of anything like it where it's like, it's just kind of a movie that you already know is going to be pretty good. It has such a reputation. Low-key an uncut gems of its time hot take. I mean, honestly, kind of. I was going to clown you for that, but I did have that thought for like a second when watching it. But yes, if you didn't know, Bicycle Thieves, 1948 film, directed by Vittorio De Sica. Interesting that, like, you know, this is a very iconic movie, and he has other hits, certainly. I have not seen anything else other than this, though I know that his other films are celebrated, not in the same way, but it's not a name you see up there that often. I think this is, it's not that he's a one-hit wonder, but this movie specifically is such a big thing that, like, it really overshadows, I think, the rest of his work. At least from what I could be completely wrong. But it's his masterpiece. It stars Lamberto Maggiorani, who was a non-actor in the film, as well as I think the child actor was also a non-actor. I don't have his name up, admittedly. But two non-actors. I believe this might just be a rumor, but I believe a professional actor dubbed over his dialogue in the film. I could be wrong, which is interesting. And the synopsis reads, in post-war Italy, a working-class man's bicycle is stolen, endangering his efforts to find work. He and his son set out to find it. Pretty simple. And the movie is pretty simple when watching it. I mean, it is, again, less than 90 minutes. There's both not a lot to it, and it's also a movie that hits you pretty hard at the same time. I believe Bozo dubbed him over. What are you talking about, John? What's John on about? I don't get it. What an adorable child. Really great child performance in this, yeah. Yeah, one of my favorite. I mean, after I was going I should have made that my Letterboxd review. Um, much better child acting than Hook, because that's the truth. That really is the truth. Sergio Leone as a cameo, I did not know that. Who was he? Was he just one of the guys, one of the many guys in this movie? Because there's a lot of them. It is based on the 1946 novel by Luigi Bartolini, who I did some brief research and shut up about Hook. Oh, I got way more coming about Hook in the future. You should stay low until then, because it's coming. Apparently, Luigi Bartoloni did not like this movie. He was very critical of it. There were a lot of Italians who were very critical of the film just because it kind of painted some Italians and the life at the time as pretty negative. It's kind of, but honestly, I think it's, I don't know how they feel about it nowadays. I would imagine differently. I think it was maybe just off-putting at the time because it felt so real, and it was a very raw look at Italy at the time, at post-war Italy. I know some people also critiqued it for being overly sentimental at the same time, which is an interesting thing because you don't really group in Italian neo-realism with over sentimental. It's just that they feel like two different styles to me, but I don't see it as very over sentimental, to be honest. I think I honestly think it's just a very raw movie. But I would imagine it doesn't surprise me that people were upset at it at the time, just given how it depicts, the city. Yeah, like I said, it has quite a reputation. In 1952, it was deemed the greatest film of all time by Sight and Sound's magazine list, their usual thing that they do every 10 years or so. Which is crazy because the movie had just come out 4 years before. It's kind of like Parasite and Get Out and Portrait of a Lady on Fire making the last list, which just came out a few years ago. Always a lot of controversy surrounding that list, but this is crazy to put it at number one. I think nowadays it's at 30th place or something like this. Not that the placements matter all that much, but yeah, it was kind of one of those things where even though there was some critiques of it at the time, people kind of knew that this was a masterpiece off the bat. It's incredibly influential. I mean, a lot of my favorite filmmakers, a lot of my favorite film movements in general would not exist or would not be the way they are if not for, I mean, I'm not going to say this started everything, but the size of it and the impact of it it's hard to deny. I think most notably, someone brought up in chat that it's one of Jafar Panahi's favorite movies. It's very influential on Iranian cinema in general and everything that Jafar Panahi was a part of. I think you see a lot of that in this movie, just in the deceptively simple presentation of it, how it's a pretty simple story that really brings out a lot and reveals a lot about society and both the harshness and the generosity. You just see this all over a lot of Jafar Panahi's greatest. You see it a lot in Ken Loach, obviously. Apparently Satyajit Ray was inspired to make Pather Panchali because of this film, which I wouldn't have thought that. That feels kind of separate, even though not really when you break it down, at least in how it's using a child's worldview to explore these heavier themes. But yeah, it's a big deal. And so it's when it comes to some of these bigger films that we've talked about, I feel like this and maybe even Dog Day Afternoon's not on the same level, but it's kind of also regarded as an all-timer. It's what is there to, you're not going to hear anything on this stream that you haven't heard before in regards to this film. But it was interesting just to watch it from that lens because when something has this kind of reputation, you kind of go into it it has a sort of sheen to it. I think I just had this with rewatching 12 Angry Men a couple weeks ago, where I was well, obviously I'm going and expecting a perfect movie. I remember this feeling one of the greatest masterpieces I'd ever seen. And I feel sometimes when you go into these films, you look at them closer for little flaws and whatnot. And you like, I at least when I was watching 12 Angry Men, I was like, I was trying to see like if there was anything wrong with it, because I just remember it as being one of the most perfect movies of all time. And you just forget that like these movies are the way they are, and they had the impact that they did because they're just so like beyond being like so overly intellectualized over the years. They just hit you. Like there's something about them that they remind you why they are the way they are, because you just feel them so deeply. And that is certainly the case here. For some reason, Bicycle Thieves, because I think it's been such a film school movie, has always felt to me like I don't want to say small, but like it's like it is a simple movie. And so I was like really caught off guard by how devastating it is. It is not like come and see levels of devastating. But it's sad. It is upsetting. It's stressful and not that rewarding, although I'll talk about the ending in a second. But I think that's like a lot of what's so brilliant to me, is that it's such a simple story of like a man who just needs a job so bad, and then the second he gets a job, the thing that like is keeping him employed is taken away from him, and just the act of getting that back turns into such a thing. And so much of like the way he interacts with the world and sees the world is changed in just this one simple setup that ends up saying like everything you need to know about how society operates at this time. And so I mean, I think it's really, I think that's a really hard thing to pull off for a lot of filmmakers without getting carried away. And I don't think a lot of movies have done it successfully, besides honestly Jafar Panahi, because I think like another thing about these movies that like are trying to examine something about society and class, is that like they very quickly can feel, I don't want to say preachy, but very, very wordy and very heavy-handed about it. I don't think that's always a bad thing, because like if you're gonna make a movie like that, you might as well get into it. I think a lot of like Ken Loach movies, they don't feel simple, but they're like kind of after the same like humanist qualities as this. But like I do think Jafar Panahi is like the last person I know who can make just like really simple stories and have you just thinking them over for months and months. Like he just has so much under the surface that you're not even really seeing, but that like you get across successfully. I love Ken Loach. I'm not trying to trash Ken Loach. I'm just like, I think that there's just so many, it's just a tough movie to pull off, you know? Especially this like very, like when it just revolves around a man trying to find a bicycle with his son. I'm like, it just gets so, it's amazing how much this says with what it's doing. I think people often overlook some of the technicalities of this, like the cinematography or score. I thought the music was incredible. The music in this movie is outstanding. It is like one of the main appeals to me. I think that main theme that plays like from the beginning basically until the end is so great. My cousin hates you, Kars. My cousin said you're epic. I'm very divisive to cousins, clearly, but all love a cousin. But yeah, I thought the score was amazing. I'm surprised it just doesn't come up as often as it. I'm like, I feel like I recognize the score, like I hear it in like other things for some reason, but like, yeah, I was very shocked at how much I liked it. And then the cinematography, I think, is really interesting. It's not like the showiest thing in the world, although there are like iconic shots. These kinds of movies they're not really known for their cinematography because it's so subtle and not at all the priority. But I think this has a really intentional use of shadow and like lines and creating a sort of like this movie sometimes feels like you're on a conveyor belt, not just in like the way that he's in line and like in a crowd and the way people move, but like there's something to the way that they frame the buildings and the city of Rome and the cars and how there's like this constant motion that feels very orderly, that makes it feel so like he's trying to navigate a bigger machine that is like constantly going up against him, which is obviously like basically what the movie is. And I think the way he's able to communicate that with the cinematography is really brilliant, especially because it doesn't take you away or feel like it's trying to make that clear. It's just kind of a subtle choice in the whole thing that I love. Yeah, I thought this. I mean, it's a great movie. I was gonna bring up, there was a reference to it in Master of None, which I think is what It's crazy. I had this logged at 4.5 on Letterboxd, even though I don't know if I've ever actually seen it. I think I've been shown clips of it, and I've had it taught to me many times throughout film school. And then there was obviously the Master of None thing, and so I think when I initially set up Letterboxd, I was like, I know enough about Bicycle Thieves to log it, which is crazy. But I'd actually never seen it until now, despite knowing so much about it. I'd recognized so many shots. I think the entire like final 20 minutes of this movie is so iconic, and it felt so familiar to me. I think just because I've seen it so many times. But yeah, I'd never seen it until now. And it was just as great as I thought it would be. I was pretty blown away. It surprised me in a number of ways. It felt familiar in a lot of ways. I loved it. Logging a movie you didn't watch should be a crime. It probably should be. I don't know what the Letterboxd law looks like, but yeah, no, it's not right. Anyone who didn't watch it that didn't want spoilers, I'm not going to like list specific spoilers, but I'm going to talk a little bit about the ending. And so if you don't want that, I would go away for like 5 minutes tops. I don't think it's going to take that long. But I was going to ask, I feel like it's a bit of a debate how the ending of this movie is meant to be read. I've seen I was just looking at some Letterboxd reviews. I was watching a couple interviews and videos about it online, and there's a lot of people who see it as this like weirdly hopeful ending, that like this connection between him and his son that's implied is like meant to be this kind of hopeful moment that like amidst everything, he's still got that connection. He's still got that soul in him. And like, even though he kind of almost becomes, or actually doesn't almost, but like does become the guy who he's against and hates the whole film, like he kind of becomes that, like despite all that, he's still there. But I'm like, I don't see it as hopeful at all. At all. It's like the guy is completely he's without a job. At this point, definitely without hope. I think there's a read to be made that like there's some sort of like humanity and generosity shown in the fact that he doesn't end up going to jail or anything for what he did. But at the same time, I'm like, if there is this argument that like amidst it all, there's still like some humanity there, my read is kind of like, well, like it makes the case that humanity doesn't mean anything in a society like this, where you don't get to be, not that you need to be rewarded for it, but it's like there's nothing to really gain. Like you'll still end up completely hopeless despite that. And that was kind of my read on it. I was like, I don't think it's a hopeful ending at all. It's not like as like it's not super cynical, but I do think it's a pretty I thought it was pretty devastating. I'm like, he's got nothing left except that kid, and even that kid is like looking at him differently, which I think is one of the most tragic parts about the whole thing, is that the kid sees it happen. But yeah, I was really into it. I thought it was a great movie. I didn't give it a 5 because, not that like we need to nitpick star ratings, but I was like, it's just not a 5 for whatever reason. Honestly, I watched it early this morning, and so I'm very fresh, and I can see myself by the end of the day just going all the way out. giving it the full 5, but like it was a great movie, man. It was great. If you haven't seen it, you should really watch it. Can we stop doing upsetting movies? Thank you. I was like, when it started, it had a certain vibe where I was like, this is saying stuff, but this is not a heavy watch. And then by the end, I was like, God damn it, dog. Like, I'm over it. I've watched so many upsetting movies in the last like month. It's killing me. So I'm really hoping we get some like goofy shit this week. I don't know if any of these are particularly upsetting. Mind Game seems like a crazy time. Chainsaw Man just looks like a crazy time. Miami Vice, is Miami Vice upsetting to you? Do we think Miami Vice is upsetting? I'm not watching Amelie. Stuff like that that's like meant to kind of cheer you up, it does the opposite. Not that that's that kind of movie. Amelie is Amelie hopecore? Are we calling that hopecore? Maltese Falcon is not winning. Miami Vice is actually, let me refresh. Maybe I spoke too soon. I did speak too soon. What the fuck? That happened so fast. Amelie doesn't cheer you up. It's not my vibe. And it doesn't make any sense why it's not, but there's something about it that feels so, I just don't buy it. I don't buy that movie. Crazy to come from a Wes Anderson fan, but that, I buy it every time. Dog, what the fuck is hopecore? It's like I feel like this is a term that's come to light in like the last couple years. I feel like it speaks for itself, hopecore. It's movies that are all about hope. And I got a lot of mixed feelings on it. Ted Lasso. Yes, Ted Lasso. Superman. Project Hail Mary. Trying to think of some others. Those are kind of the big ones, though, in my opinion. I could be wrong. I'm no hopecore expert, but it's a term that kind of caught on, and I was like, I'm on board with this. I think that is a type of movie, and we should identify it as such. I wouldn't call Come and See hopecore. I think that's quite literally the opposite. Walter Mitty, maybe. My mom just gave Walter Mitty like 2.5 stars on Letterboxd. I thought that was funny. I was like, first of all, why did you watch that? And then she gave Rushmore 4.5, and I was like, she knows ball. Little Miss Sunshine is very effective hopecore. I got a soft spot for Little Miss Sunshine. Been a long time since I've seen it, but I really I like that one. Is Hope 2026 hopecore? No. That's some other weird thing we don't know yet. We don't know how to talk about that movie yet, I don't think. Yeah, for the record, I can get down with hopecore. There's some hopecore that I'm into. Lego Movie? No. Maybe not. I don't know. Superman 2025 Insane hopecore? Yeah, that's like one of the that movie's whole thing was like hope. And I respect that, but I didn't like a lot of hopecore movies, I didn't buy it. It's a hard thing for me to I'm like, we're living in a hopeless world. Don't tell me to believe in that. It's hard for me to get on board. They're calling Spider-Man Brand New Day hopecore. I don't think that's true. Rental Family. The Wild Robot, I guess. It's a Wonderful Life, OG hopecore. That is actually proof that I can get down with hopecore, is that like It's a Wonderful Life is about as hopecore as it gets, and that movie rips. The Conclave hopecore? What is this list? Mickey 17? Julie and Julia. Yeah, Conclave is Popecore. Thank you. It's right there. It was right there. Everything Everywhere for sure. Yeah, I think Everything Everywhere was like a pretty like that was a definitive like this kind of movie in 2020 whenever that came out. Like that was a moment for sure. Hook is Hopecore. Hook is Hopecore. Hook is Let's Be Kids Forever core, which I'm like, why? Kind of a weird movie in some ways. Dog, let's just do games. No, I'm having a blast looking at this list. Puss in Boots, I'm kind of like that. I don't know if Puss in Boots is Hopecore, but it's like in the same camp for sure. Field of Dreams, Corncore. Calling Field of Dreams corny, someone had to have done that at the OG release. Like it's right there. You got to take it. Spielberg is super Hopecore. Yeah, like all of Spielberg's movies are very, I mean, with the exception of a couple of them, which is where it gets really interesting, where you're like, whoa. Like War of the Worlds, kind of like, you could maybe call it Hopecore, but I don't know if that's like one of the exceptions. Samantha, thank you for being a member for 11 months. Damn, appreciate it. Could a film longer than Love Exposure be chosen? I mean, Sodden Tango, we could choose that 1 year. 1 week, sorry. I keep saying year. Puss in Boots is accurate panic attack core. John with the references today. Baby Driver Hopecore. Like, I don't know if this person knows what Hopecore means. No offense, all love. Let me just check something. Yeah. The Sesame Street movie Follow That Bird. What is this? I've never heard of this. Follow That Bird? Big Bird is sent to live far away from Sesame Street by a pesky social worker who thinks it would be better for him to live with other birds. Unhappy, Big Bird runs away from his foster home, prompting the rest of the Sesame Street gang to go on a cross-country journey to find him. What are we doing? Watching Miami Vice. We need to watch this, dog. Watch listing immediately. Starring Carol Spinney, Jim Henson, Frank Oz, the usual. There's a guy in the cast named Kermit Love who plays not Kermit. Not that Kermit. Well. Damn. Something to think about. Jojo Rabbit, yeah. Definitely Hopecore. Cinephiles be calling anything Hopecore because all they watch is depressing ass shit. And there's a case to be made for that too. There's it like that is for sure. There's something to that, definitely. I'm also not I'm not a fan of like overly miserable stuff. Though there are all like huge exceptions to that. Those are some of the best movies ever made. I will go straight up crazy if Chainsaw Man doesn't win. Crazy in real life, like padded cell crazy. Please don't, because it's probably not going to win. I'm sorry. It looks like Maltese Falcon might win. And I want you to look out for yourself, because it might not win. All 3 Lord of the Rings movies are Hopecore. Train Dreams is Hopecore. Yeah, Train Dreams for sure. Some of these... Boy and the Heron. Sing Sing, yeah. All 3 Guardians movies. Fantastic Mr. Fox. How do we feel about Fantastic Mr. Fox as a Hopecore movie? I would argue that ending is like, it's pretty mixed. I think one of the brilliant things about that movie is that the ending is like kind of tragic and kind of not. Makes it an amazing movie. I guess it's kind of Hopecore. I mean, He gives a whole motivational speech at the end. But at the end of the day, they're living in a hole. And everything is like artificial and fake. It's actually like a nightmare when you think about it. They literally lose everything, bro. Thank you. Yes. Dog. No tail? No, Takashi Miike is whatever the opposite is. But he accepted himself. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's such a mix. It's one of, I think I saw a tweet the other day that said something along the lines of it's like one of the best movies about being a man. And I think it, even as like a kid, I was like, so true. So true. All right. I guess we should move into games. I'm going to do some puzzles first. I was going to do GeoGuessr, but I kind of do want to do my puzzles. Let me move some things around. Are all rom-coms hopecore? I guess by design, like a rom-com needs to end a certain way. Hey, has anyone seen One Night Only? I haven't seen it yet. What's the verdict on that? I think I have an idea based on what I've heard from people I know and trust, but one second. Just moving some things around. Worst movie of 2026 so far? Interesting. You don't want to hear that. I'll say that much. You don't want to hear that. It's the one... I thought that was a joke, but the whole premise is that it's the one night a year single people are allowed to have sex legally. Is that really what we're doing? We're almost there. Cine Nerdle Daily Puzzle Games. All right. We're here. Start with the critical. Actually, we usually start with the burgle, but it's too late now. We're guessing the movie based on the Letterboxd review, if you didn't know. 4.5 stars. I relate to character a lot because I, too, would jump to the most dramatic conclusion after seeing something mildly suspicious. Pretty high ratings. So I don't know if this is just because it's on my mind. It's definitely not going to be Under the Silver Lake, but I have to throw it out there. No. Don't even waste a guess. Actor literally does some proper hardcore parkour up a building in a floaty summer dress and still looks like an angelic goddess while doing it. Oh my god. Oh my god. Wait. Oh my god. Oh my god. It's like right there. It's like right there. I need like one more. Give me 3.5. Ah, damn, this guy is blinding me with a camera flash. Better continue walking towards him 3 times. It's not Amelie, is it? No. Camera flash. What? Now it lost me. One more. The universal dilemma. What if the most beautiful person in the world wants to sleep with you, but you really just want to spy on your neighbors? Dude, what? Five stars from Patrick Willems. We can do something with that information alone. Dude, I'm rusty. I can't think of anything. Have I seen this movie? How many we have left? We have 12 points left. Should we go all in on... This might help us. Sorry, babe, not tonight. My neighbor left his apartment 3 times in one night, so I think he killed his wife. Is it just Rear Window? It's just Rear Window. It's just Rear Window. It's just one of the best movies of all time is what it is. Listen, part of me thought Rear Window, but I think I was thrown off by the parkour. I was like thinking of like action films. I was like, surely it's like a spy movie. And then I thought about Rear Window for a second with the camera. Dude, I should have gone with this. One of the top 5 movies named after the butthole. That actually could have helped me. That's a shame. Burgle. Brain, circus, coin, face, Halloween, lawyer, scientist, television, therapist. Requiem for a Dream? Okay. Thought that was going to be a smash hit. Brain, circus, coin, face, Halloween, lawyer, scientist. I'm going to go Nightmare Alley. Feels like a no-brainer. Just circus and face, really. Thought there was a scientist in that movie. Scientist, brain, coin, Halloween, lawyer. We will go Frankenstein. Oh my God. Halloween, lawyer, coin. I mean, we'll go Halloween from 20... No. Trick or Treat, 2007. That's all right. Coin. How many guesses we have? I don't know how I'm going to tie these together, so I might just simply do Legally Blonde. And what's a movie with a coin or a penny? Coin. A coin. A coin. A doubloon. Quarter. Nickel. Penny. Dime. Doesn't The Prestige have like a coin in it? Nope. No Country. Good pull. What was the burgle? Batman Forever. I wasn't there at all. I wasn't in Batman World at all. Nope. Not great. Not our day with the puzzles, is it? Maybe we can turn things around here. Javier Bardem is a criminal. Look at that. Tom Cruise's driver crashes on purpose. Christoph Waltz is a bounty hunter. John Carroll Lynch is a suspect. So far, I've seen all these movies. Samuel L. Jackson is shot. Judi Dench leads a spy agency. Penelope Cruz falls in love. Jamie Foxx accompanies a skilled killer. Daniel Craig is a secret agent. Kurt Russell is a psychiatrist. Leonardo DiCaprio owns a plantation. Mark Ruffalo investigates a serial killer. Cameron Diaz is obsessed with a man. Jake Gyllenhaal is a cartoonist. Ray Fiennes works for the government. Robert Downey Jr. is a journalist. One of my favorite movies of all time. It's going to be Zodiac. Love that movie. And then we have Leonardo DiCaprio owns a plantation. Jamie Foxx accompanies a skilled killer. Christoph Waltz is a bounty hunter. That's Django Unchained. And then we have Skyfall and Vanilla Sky. And then we have something that ties these all together. I mean, They got me. Is it what is it? What is it? I think I'm completely lost. He's so washed. Think director of Miami Vice. Oh. Huh? Well, Tom Cruise, Jamie Foxx, Javier Bardem, and then John Carroll Lynch. No, Mark Ruffalo. Collateral. I forgot Mark Ruffalo was in Collateral. Okay, well, we got there. We did not lose, but it wasn't pretty. Blade Runner 2049, Brokeback Mountain, Drive, Django Unchained, Little Miss Sunshine, The Dark Knight, Blue Valentine, A Knight's Tale, There Will Be Blood, The Revenant, La La Land, One Battle After Another, The Fablemans, Shutter Island, 10 Things I Hate About You, The Batman. Well, I'll go The Dark Knight, 10 Things I Hate About You, and Brokeback Mountain, and A Knight's Tale. That's going to be Heath Ledger. Drive, Blue Valentine, La La Land. That's Ryan Gosling. This is this isn't even going to feel good. This is too easy. One Battle After Another, The Revenant. Django Unchained and Shutter Island. Okay, that had to be a bit. That's like the easiest this has ever been. But then how do we connect them all? Why are they doing this to me? Is it just simply no? Best Picture winners? No. Best Picture, no. Look what you've done to yourself. Think of a complicated relationship. I'm more lost. Carson is Baba. Complicated relationship. Hang it up, Unk. Wow. What did I just do? Oh, Michelle Williams. No, I just saw it. I just saw Michelle Williams. How is complicated relationship going to help me with that? That threw me off track, man. Oh. Saw it too late. We were just talking about her. Oh. Guy said complicated relationships. Actually, what's that one game? When Taken movies. Yeah. Okay. Well, this is Shaun of the Dead. Shaun of the Dead takes place in modern times in I'm not actually positive, but I'm going to say London. Maybe just outside of London. And then I'm going to say like 2007. Guess it. Lock it in. 2004, 3 years off, 7 kilometers away. Pretty much an amazing score. Okay. I don't know what this movie is. The clothes look old. Film grain. Beach. London 2004. Bro gave what 2 stars? Looks like Daughter of the Dust. I haven't even heard of Daughter of the Dust. I'm going to say America. I'm going to say this feels like a slightly northern beach, I'm going to say like South Carolina. And I'm going to say, bro, I'm so bad at clothes. There are palm trees. I'm going to say like, I'm going to say 1916. It was 1902. That's pretty good. That's actually, oh man, I thought it was the right state, man. 14 years off. St. Helena Island. Daughters of the Dust. We found our game. Okay. This, I don't think this is Civil War, but like the cinematography kind of feels like it. This is modern day based on the, I know my camera's in the way. Based on that car, based on this guy's whole fit. Where this is, I mean, it's probably America. And I'm just going to like safely guess not Washington, D.C., but like somewhere in that general area. Maybe like Baltimore. Honestly, why don't we just go all the way out to Washington, D.C.? Kind of outside. And then we're going to guess like 2000, like 2022. Throw it in. 2024, not even close. It was Louisiana. We'll take it. We'll take it. We'll take the time for sure. Okay, how the fuck am I supposed to get the location for this? What do you mean? What year? Well, obviously like a pretty modern year. I don't know what city this is. I'm going to like safely say like Hong Kong maybe. Buildings look kind of like Hong Kong, I guess. I doubt it. I highly doubt it. Actually, based on all the lights. No, no, yeah, I'll stick with Hong Kong. I was going to go maybe Macau. I'm actually going to do that. I'm going to be bold. Macau, 2023. Lock it in. 2021, Hong Kong. I should have just gone Hong Kong. That's crazy. I can't believe I clocked Hong Kong, though. Damn. Oh, what am I doing, man? Still a pretty amazing score. I'm not going to lie. Okay. Is this not Chinatown? This is the final shot of Chinatown. Pretty easy. I'm forgetting what year that movie's supposed to take place in. The location's a gimme. The year, I don't remember. I want to say it's like the 40s. I want to say 1940. Lock it in. 1937, Chinatown, Los Angeles. Oh my God. Not bad at all. Not bad at all. Yeah, that's a pretty good round. Okay, we turned things around with when taken. That kind of makes me feel like I should play GeoGuessr today, but I won't. Not yet, at least. Okay. I'm going to change my battle kit. I had Canada last time, which means I can play 4 films from the combined filmographies of Denis Villeneuve, Rachel McAdams, blah, 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 blah. I don't know if that's a great strat. I don't remember doing particularly well with Canada. I'm really struggling with these new win conditions. The World Cup season is really not doing me any favors. It's just tough. What about Ireland? I haven't tried Ireland yet. Liam Neeson, Cillian Murphy, Colin Farrell is something. Saoirse Ronan is something. Brendan Gleeson, Paul Mescal, Kerry Condon. Ireland is a good. How many slots do I need? I need 7 slots. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. I'll take away a block. Let's try Ireland. I feel pretty good about that. I'm going to play 1 stranger round, and then I'll do some members rounds. We got time today. I will remember these. Action comedy is very easy. People say that, but I don't know. It's kind of tough. What did John text me? Thanks, John. I needed to see that. Appreciate it. Scream 4. Wes Craven. Oh, brother. Oh, man. I could do it right now. I'm going to stay in Wes Craven, go Nightmare on Elm Street. Thanks, John. Johnny Depp. Okay, lost where I was gonna go. That's okay. Was he in Nightmare on Elm Street 2 at least? He was not. I'm gonna go The Good Doctor, 2011. I didn't know forgot he exploded. Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Man's Chest. Does this have Jeff Bridges in it? I'm gonna do something crazy and just see. Nope. That does not have Jeff Bridges. Johnny Depp, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, 2005. Sleepy Hollow. Johnny Depp, Third Strike. It's going to be Jean Dubarry. Jean Dubarry. With a little bit of a rush. Dude, my rank is below 1,000. I have a lot of work to do. Jean Dubarry, famously opening Cannes film that no one talked about after Cannes. Crazy Stupid Love, Ryan Gosling. We're going to do... Or Steve Carell, I'm going to go Foxcatcher. Action comedy. Does Steve Carell do action comedies? I know Channing Tatum does. Foxcatcher, questionable choice on my part. Magic Mike. Magic Mike. Steven Soderbergh. Has he worked with any Irish people? Oh my God. We'll do Black Bag. Damn. High Flying Bird. Levi Turner, thank you for being a member for 9 months. When is the teaser coming, Brody? The Rancho teaser? Good question. I know I teased it on here. I played it on here, but I need to actually put it out. Pretty soon. Pretty soon. Okay, they can't get out of High Flying Bird. They don't know Steven Soderbergh like that. We should have this win easy, man. Devastating. Zazie Beetz. What was that new Zazie Beetz movie that like just came out? I never saw it. I don't know, but I'm gonna do Joker Folie à Deux, which has Brendan Gleeson. I'm gonna block. A Star is Born. Tombstone. Take you back to some Sam Elliott. Good Luck, Have Fun, Don't Die. I don't know if that's the one I was thinking of. The Big Lebowski. Sam Elliott, Third Strike. Wasn't he in, like, The Searchers? No, of course not. Big Lebowski. The Man Who Wasn't There. Burn After Reading. Joel Cohen, Ethan Cohen, Third Strike. It's going to be, I don't know if you know, you're out of cast. I'm going to do The Lady Killers and see what you can do with that. I guess J.K. Simmons is right there. That's not good. That's not good at all. Very bad. Nope. I should have rushed. I should have rushed earlier. Whiplash. J.K. Simmons' Third Strike. Does it exist? I want to stay away from... I'm going to do Babylon. Not a great play, like, at all. Not a great play at all. Okay, but Barbie. But you're going to do Barbie, and then... Jesus Christ, man. Why can't I think... F1? That's not the connection I thought I was going to get, but we got Carrie Condon. That's fine. Does Whiplash count as an action comedy? Depends. Bullet Train. Oh, man, it's right there. It's like right there. Bullet Train. Bad Bunny. I'm going to do Caught Stealing. Levi Turner, thank you for the super chat. Hey, where did the 2025 list go on Letterboxd? What the hell? I don't remember privatizing it, but I must have. I will double check. Sorry about that. I didn't realize it was private. Can't get out of caught stealing, can ya? Good game. I can't believe he. Oh, forgetting Sarah Marshall. Okay. Muppet movie, maybe? Do I want to do Muppet movie? Why can't I? I'm just not going to do that, I guess. I thought there was a Muppet connection. Holmes and Watson. John C. Reilly, Will Ferrell. Will Ferrell. Why do Will Ferrell did something with Saoirse Ronan, didn't he? He had to have. John C. Reilly. I don't know. Oh, The Lobster. There we go. There we go. There we go. We got there. We got there. Carson, oh my God. Wrong Muppets. Muppets 2011 like wasn't popping up. That's the issue. Okay, Begonia. Begonia, Emma Stone works with Cillian Murphy, Liam Neeson, Paul Mescal, Jesse Buckley. Jesse Buckley worked with Jesse Plemons in, I don't know, Power of the Dog. Not gonna do me anything, but I'm losing sight of like my own strats here. Jesse Plemons' Third Strike doesn't really exist, but I am going to take you to Ash 2025 and get weird. I'm thinking of ending things. Oh my God. Need for Speed. You played what I was going to play. Kid Cudi. We're going to go. Wait, is there another Aaron Paul? Abysmal filmography. X 2022 is going to be what we play. This guy's out of escapes. We can do this. We'll be just fine. The Odyssey opened it wide up. Anne Hathaway, Paul Mescal. Someone had to be in Gladiator 2. Nope, nobody involved in the same thing. Someone had... Oh, fucking Oppenheimer, dude. Oh my God. This is getting ugly. It's amazing that I'm winning at all right now. Holy shit. Thanks, John. Okay, we just need Liam Neeson. Good Time. Benny Safdie. Are you there, God? It's me, Margaret. I'm going to rush you. There was a better Benny Safdie Third Strike, I bet, but I doubt this person. Avengers Endgame. It's over. Oh God, that was not good. That was really not good. I don't deserve to be over 1,000 yet. That was not pretty at all. I'm going to do viewer rounds in a second. I'm just going to take a quick break because I have to pee. Okay. We're back. Hot Fuzz fan. We'll lead with this. Yeah, if you guys didn't know, if you're a member, not only do you get access to exclusive members-only videos, not only do you get access to the weekly poll, but you also get to play me in Cine to Nerdle every now and then. The Hills Have Eyes, Wes Craven. We'll do Red Eye. That was going to be my Cillian Murphy idea earlier. Steve. Of course, Steve. Emily Watson. We're going to do Hamnet. Actually, no, we're going to do Breaking the Waves. Owen, I will add you in a second. We're going to do Bacurau. Sorry for chewing into the mic. I'm thinking of ending things. Good bit. Naked. Happy Go Lucky. This is not going to end well for anybody. We're going to do Shape of Water. Premium Rush. Michael Shannon. Caught. Was he in Caught Stealing? No. What was Michael Shannon just in? He was in Bullet Train. My son, what have ye done? Willem Dafoe. We're going to do Inside. Willem Dafoe. And then we're going to do... What's it called? Like Love Hotel? No, it's called... We'll do the Pasolini one. We're back. I just need a little Cliff Bar. I've been swimming a lot recently. Maybe that's why my hair is the way it is. Marty Supreme. Marty Supreme. Would this work? It does not work. Josh Safdie. Gwyneth Paltrow. Shakespeare. Skip. Oopsie daisy. I didn't even think about the Lucas All connection. Yeast. I don't like how deep of a cut that was for Josh Safdie. Frownlands. Sweet East. We could go for days here. We could go for days. When you watch a long TV show, do you ditch movies until you finish it? I do not, but that's also why I don't get into long TV shows very, very often. Is Dog Stars on here yet? No. I mean, we'll just do Kissing Booth 2. Saltburn. Lurker. Lurker, kind of a crazy pull. What's it called? Nino. Good luck. Best of luck to you. I know my Theodore Pellerin like nobody else. That's my goat right there. I just started The Sopranos. I won't watch movies for a bit, I guess. See, that's the thing, man. That's the thing. It's just tough. I don't know if there is a way out of it. Unless it's... Actually, yeah, if it's like Theodore Pellerin, Third Strike Nino, that's brutal. Because there's ways to get out through Theodore, but I don't know how I would do it otherwise. It's pretty brutal. It's a pretty brutal movie to play. Good game. You do not want to end up there. Okay, Smotty. I'm sorry, I meant to add someone in between games, but I will do it in a second, Owen. Just know I did not forget. Scream 4. You need New Zealand. You've won 50 ranked battles with the New Zealand win condition. I'm not intimidated at all. Ready to rumble. Rose McGowan. Welcome to Jawbreaker. Oh, this is going to get ugly. GG's. Do you know that Disney and ABC is suing Trump? I did not know that. Jawbreaker is amazing. I saw a 35 millimeter print of it many years ago and was like, this is an incredible movie. And then when I went on Letterboxd, everyone was like, 2 stars. And I was like, okay. Nobody knows what they're talking about. Carnal Knowledge. What's it called? Bad Timing? Crazy pull, man. I even forgot about this one. I'm just going to rush you for the hell of it. I don't know if I can get out of this if you skip me. Yeah, fuck. Shortcuts. Long Goodbye. Nashville. Graduate. Easy Rider. I didn't know what I was doing with that. It's Nicholas Rogue. Oh, I had no idea. I didn't know. I forgot how I found out about it, and it was from that. George Clooney in a movie with anybody. Boys in the Boat. Casey? Who the hell is Casey? The King. I'm going to reset. Carson, did you know that your name is Nordic and I'm from the North too? Shout out the North. Yes, Magnus. Likely name to have from the North. I don't know if my name is Nordic. Let me ask you this. I'm assuming are you from Norway? Do you know a lot of Karstens in Norway? I've been meaning to do Ancestry for a hot minute. Wait a second. You blocked me, of course. Wise thing to do. Not 12 years a slave, 28 years later. I'm going to block that. Because my mom, I think, has more Norwegian. My dad has a lot more Swedish. Either way, we're a Scandinavian family for sure. But it's kind of up in the air on what it is. Jack O'Connell. It's going to be the Bone Temple. Bada bing, bada boom. Kind of a spoiler through that connection, isn't it? Everybody look away if you haven't seen the Bone Temple. Sunshine. I'll continue. Okay. I'll do small things like these. I might actually block that. Oh, and I was just about to. I apologize. Karsten is Danish. See, that's what I've been told. Emily Watson. That's going to be Hemnet. Like I feel like I've seen when I see Karstens in the wild, it's a lot of Danes, and then also there's the Norwegian. The only Norwegian Karsten I know is the Olympic track and field runner. The last name is very Swedish, though. That's the thing. Cars. All right, let's play ball. Let's play ball. Oh man, they're not ready for me. They weren't ready for me. Exodus. Crazy pull. I'll take you a step further. Because I know the director is Otto Preminger, though I could easily Paul Newman third strike. I'm gonna go Judge Roy Bean. Yeah, use that escape. Mystic Pizza. Oh, I cracked myself up. Carson, are you a true Libra? In so many ways, yes. I'm very much a Libra. Steel Magnolias, Julia Roberts. We're gonna play hook, man. Probably a bad idea with the New Zealand wind condition on the other side, but Jurassic Park. I'm going to reset. Best German, Swedish, and Norwegian films. I gotta think about that. I do gotta think about it. Under the Skin. Under the Skin. Chained for Life. I was trying to remember the title. I know. Bergman is like the go-to, I guess. But A Different Man. Sebastian Stan, Renata Reinsve. I mean, speaking of, we'll do Oslo August 31st. The worst person in the world. What is it? Armand. Thank you. Oh my God, it was killing me. Rush a little bit. Good game. Oh my God, we're back. Oh my God. That was crazy. I was like, first of all, foolish to play Oslo August 31st, I guess, first, because I was like, I could also third strike Joachim Trier. But then when I realized I had the Renata Reinsve opportunity, I was like, I need to remember what that obscure zombie movie was. Major. Good game. Owen, let me find your invite. Oh, these are already friends requests. I recognize some names, but I don't know. I forget if some people are members. I will search it manually. Owen, alternatively, the easiest way is to friend request me. My username is Karsten, and then I will find you. But I found your name. It's kind of a weird and convoluted system we have over here, but it gets the job done. Hoofuses. Can I play you, my dog? It is a members only perk, I'm sorry to say. A Bug's Life. You need Italy? Crazy. I need Ireland. Okay. Kevin Spacey. I'm going to go 7. Let's just start off casual with 7. Did you talk about the X-Men cast? I did not. I have, like, almost no feelings on it. I don't think I've ever seen an X-Men movie. Probably should. Marty Supreme. I'm going to hit you with Pools 2025. I don't know a whole lot of Odessa Zion movies, now that I'm thinking about it. Tough one to get out of. You're good, Magnus. Appreciate it. It's not listed anywhere, so makes sense. A Star is Born. Yeah, I'll take you back to Tombstone as well. Is Sergio Leone not in here? Interesting. She's in Am I Okay? Good to know, good to know. The Hateful Eight. Damn. Kurt Russell. Ireland. Can I do anything with that? I'm going to reset. Lorenzo's Oil. Jesus. Babe 2. Baby 2. Babe Pig in the City. This guy's scaring me. She's in I Love LA. That's what I'm saying. Like, I know her from that, but I'm like, I can't play that in Cine Nerdle, so it's like, it's tough. Mad Max. We'll do We'll take it back up to Signs. Not bad. Not bad. Eddington. Joaquin Phoenix. Saoirse Ronan's got to be in something. Who else besides Joaquin Phoenix? Emma Stone. Damn. Oh my God, dude, no, man, no. I tried to get too spicy with it. I lost out of 13 rounds. Good game. That was dumb. That was a dumb way to go out. Oh my God. Okay. Good game. That was terrible. That was really bad. Okay, locking in. Oof. Remember the Titans. I'm back to under 1,000. Not great. Remember the Titans. You need Mexico. I tried that win condition. It didn't go well. I need Ireland. We have Fences with Denzel Washington. Yeah, okay. I'm going to go Philadelphia. Good movie. What is the best decade for fashion? I don't know. It's so easy to, I mean, I think the 90s were pretty great. And I know that's like easy to say because right now we're kind of like reliving the 90s and people are like super nostalgic for that style. But like, one second. Gladiator 2. What am I doing? Lock in. Lock in. The 90s do have some cool styles, though. Every time I watch a 90s movie, I'm like, they knew what they were doing. Step Brothers. Holmes and Watson. Always fun to see a YouTuber you didn't know did streams doing a stream and it's some weird ass game. I'm on board. Yeah, I know what you're saying. Ben, thank you for being a member for 2 months. Hey, Carson, random question, but do you read? I do read. I don't read as often as I should. That's gonna be the Lobster. It's gonna be the Lobster, big bro. I'm currently reading this book about North Korea called Nothing to Envy. That is quite good and quite sad. Have you seen Rotting in the Sun starring Jordan Firstman? I have. It was my introduction to Jordan Firstman, and I was like, "Who is this guy?" Because he's kind of makes a splash in that movie. It's a really good movie. One of the most uncut gemsy things that isn't Uncut Gems to come out since Uncut Gems, in my opinion. In Bruges. We'll go 3 billboards. Can't do that. We'll go 7 psychopaths. What are your top 4 video games of all time? Top 4 video games of all time. I'm really bad at this question, but give me 1 second while I think about that. Kangaroo Jack. It's going to be Kangaroo Jack, Good Day USA. No! I'm out. I'm out of there. I don't want to be stuck there. Baba Is You 1 through 4. Oh man, top 4 video games of all time. I think I gotta go with like one from the childhood, which is Donkey Kong Country for the Game Boy. That was, you know what, Christian Bale? The Bride. No, don't give it away. Don't give it away. Oh my god. Oh my god. Donkey Kong Country for the Game Boy was an old school game that I loved. I guess I could just keep listing off ones from my childhood. 1 second. Deadpool 2. Zazie Beetz. No one ever chipped in on what that other one was. We're gonna do Joker. I used to love the SpongeBob SquarePants the movie video game for the GameCube, but I'm not gonna put that in the top 4. Dude, it's so hard. I'm trying to think of like which ones. I don't have great taste in video games. I really loved. I think I haven't had as good of a time on anything on the PlayStation 5 than Spider-Man 2, the second Spider-Man game on PlayStation. That is like the most fun I've had with a game in a long time. I really, really, really loved playing it. Philip Seymour Hoffman. I mean, we'll go with Capote and call it there. They Will Kill You. Thank you, thank you. I was like, it's something with like a bunch of words. Oh, there's this game. Actually, I was just talking to someone about this. There's this game that my friends and I played in high school, and then I got my other friends on it in college. I don't know if John is still here, but John knows. Called Duck Game. And that is like one of, I think it's going to be fun for the rest of my life. That's a game that is always going to be fun. Love Liza, of course. I don't know how to get out of Love Liza, which is an issue. I'll do Before the Devil Knows You're Dead instead. And I'm going to rush you just for the hell of it. Dog Day Afternoon. Dog Day Afternoon. I'm gonna go with I'm gonna go Serpico. I don't think they offer go to the movies right now. It's annoying. Al Pacino, Third Strike. We got this. We got this. It's gonna be Cruising. No. It's going to be... God, there's got to be something better than Cruising. I can't think of anything. It's going to be Cruising. Hey, Carson, would you watch a viewer's short film, and do you get a lot of requests? I do get a lot of requests, but I have watched them. Always love to see what you guys make. Feel free to DM me on Instagram, or... I think my email is in my bio most of the time. After Hours. Martin Scorsese. It's going to be Silence. Bada bing, bada boom. Walter, since when do you remember? Did I miss the member thing? Happy to add you. I didn't even know you remember. Tick, tick, boom. Andrew Garfield with Cillian Murphy, Pierce Brosnan, Saoirse Ronan. Andrew Garfield and Saoirse Ronan, doesn't that exist? I'm going to go We Live in Time. Just to see what that does. Bridget Jones's Diary. Gosh, the possibilities are endless. I'm gonna go Bridget Jones Mad About the Boy. And yeah. No. How's it going, Curbs? I've come back to see you guys voted Maltese Falcon. I'm genuinely so mad. That's so funny. I do need to check it in a second. Bridget Jones Mad About the Boy. On a skip. Hugh Grant with Pierce Brosnan. It has to exist, right? It does. It has to exist. Hugh Grant. I can't think of anything. I'm going to go Heretic. Oh my God. They had to have been in. Are they too similar? I watched the Predators documentary. I hope people see it before prime time. The Predators doc is really great and much heavier than I foolishly was anticipating. I for some reason didn't think it was going to be as heavy as it was, and it was like a really kind of bad time. Yeah. Lady Bird, good game. Good game. Owen. Do a friendly classic. I did not watch the EDP doc. It just looked unserious and not worth checking out. A Bug's Life. Randy Newman Marriage Story. Let's take it all the way up. Let's get all the way to Marriage Story. It's heavy and had a lot of walkouts at Sundance. Really? That's actually fascinating. Didn't they do A Quiet Place? Yeah. If, John Krasinski, Emily Blunt. If I'm gonna go Free Guy. Open it wide up. Smiley face. Doom Generation. Go down this old route. Can get real ugly real fast. A little nervous. I Want Your Sex. Kaboom. James Duval. Fuck. It's fine. I saw Every Time at a festival lately. Might be my favorite movie of the year so far. Keep an eye out for it. I haven't even heard of that. Every Time? It sounds so familiar. Did you see the Ice Cream Man was screening at 35 millimeter at the New Beverly? I think I did see that, but I'm not gonna see that movie because I don't know. I'm not itching to see it. August 32nd on Earth. Garza, what's your favorite cheese? Interesting. I like mozzarella. Couldn't get out of August 32nd. Owen, it's been a pleasure. Good game. Okay. I believe Walter. Didn't Moth in the Sky? Oh, wait, we already are friends. Requests. We'll run it. Wasn't embarrassing at all. Racing Stripes. Dude, what are these movies? Oh, I guess they're Hayden movies. I didn't know she was in Racing Stripes. Damn. Starting off with a tough one, I guess. We can't get out of Racing Stripes. When are you watching Tuner? Dude, the other night I was like, is tonight Tuner night? Especially after Hook. I was like, I'm feeling the Hoff. I think it's time to get into Tuner. Big Fat Liar, Frankie Muniz, Paul Giamatti, Amanda Bynes. I'm going to take it all the way to Hairspray. Hey, I'm back. We talking Hook? It summons John. (2010's) science action. Extremely wicked, shockingly evil, and vile. I always forget that Zac Efron DJ movie. But for now, I'm going to play Beach Bum. Tuner seems like something that I would love. I was talking to someone recently who was like, you really need to see Tuner. And I was like, I believe you. Mac and Devin go to high school. We are friends. We are your friends. Okay, thank you. Thank you. Hook is the worst Spielberg next to The Post. First of all, Hook is not the worst Spielberg. And second of all, The Post belongs nowhere near the bottom. Piece by piece. Oh, man, you got me there. That is I can't believe this even counts. Pharrell? Despicable Me? Oh, jeez. I can't believe that accepted that. Oh, my God. I was like, what the hell am I supposed to do with this? BFG, aka the big fucking guy. Definitely. Definitely. Eighth grade, Fred Hetchinger, or Elsie Fisher, or Bo Burnham. I'm going to go Gladiator 2 and get a point on the board. That's probably the right thing to do. Mac and Devin, worst film with my name in it? Yeah, probably. John had a great idea that I should watch movies, and this is a good one because no one can steal it. I was going to watch movies made by other Karstens. Which, if you go through Letterboxd, you can find some real gems in there. Hell of a summer. Noted, Magnus. Appreciate it. I don't know how I'm going to find half of these movies. Many of them are like obscure Danish films that have 2 logs from the 90s. But I'll find them. I will find them. Finn Wolfhard, Jesse Eisenberg. Didn't he do something with Saoirse Ronan? I am going to go crazy and do like Louder Than Bombs. Oh, that works. Ooh. Ground Jordan, thank you for becoming a member. Appreciate it. Other Karstens may still steal this idea. They're welcome to. I mean, I'll watch that video and I'll count it for the thing. Have I ever told you about the group chat I'm in with a bunch of other Karstens on Instagram? Jesse Eisenberg, Third Strike. Not sure it really exists, but I'll do a real pain. Force you into Kieran Culkin. We're so back. We are so back. Will Sharp. I can't actually say I know who that is. I've heard the name and I know I should know who that is. But I don't know who that is and I don't know what this movie is. I'm going to have to escape. That got me. That got me. Yes, I think I saw Karsten Jacobson. What's your favorite director rank you have done? Not like the video, but the filmography. Scorsese was a really, really cool experience. Just going through all of his movies. Romeo and Juliet. Sorry. Romeo and Juliet. I'm skipping again. I shouldn't have, but I had to. You caught me off guard. Favorite director rank that you have done? I also really loved my Ghibli one, both the video and the filmography. Sandra Bullock. We'll do Bird Box. Yes, there's a Karsten in the Pusher trilogy. I believe there's a Karsten in The Hunt. No, honestly, it does add some difficulty having to read chat at the same time. Steve Carell, he's in that, right? Yeah. I loved the Denis raking. Thank you. That was a kind of difficult one, to be honest. His early stuff was a little, like, I was just not in the mood to watch it. It's not, like, the most exciting stuff to watch, in my opinion, but then there were, like, Denis blind spots of mine that were such a... I mean, Encendies was, like, crazy. Roof Man. Channing Tatum. Peter Dinklage. I'm actually going to do Blue Valentine. There's a Carson who was in that animated short with Claro. I've heard of him. Heard he puts out good work. My Week with Marilyn. Michelle Williams and Brendan Gleeson, Carrie Condon, Jesse Buckley. Michelle Williams and Jesse Buckley. That has to exist. Cillian Murphy. Michelle Williams, Colin Farrell. Just going to do Showing Up. Oh my God. Wendy and Lucy. Old Joy? John just pointed that out to me, that I have 2 different director pages on Letterboxd. I don't understand why, and I wish I could talk to someone at Letterboxd about fixing that. Though I think it's a TMDB issue. First Cow. That's okay. We're going to go September 5. You thought you had me there. But I know my John Magaro. He's one of our best. The Coen brothers rank was like the Avengers Endgame of the chant. In what way? I feel like the Spielberg one feels like a bigger deal, to be honest. Omaha. I heard Omaha is so good. You know what he was also in? He was also in The Bride. Funny Pages. We could do that, or we could do... We'll do that. What does it mean to be the Avengers Endgame of something? Is it like a bunch of things coming together? Is it like the peak of something? Like, I'm confused on the description. White Noise. We're gonna do Lady Bird. It's right there. Yes. Peter Breitmeyer is peak and jingle all the way. I should have passed that on to him. He's pretty peak and Rancho, I'm not gonna lie. He's like, delivers a pretty amazing performance. Book Smart. Book Smart. Let's seal the deal here. What are we doing? Let's just do the invite. Avengers Endgame is the Karsten Runquist of long-form content. The endgame of Carson's videos will be the Air Bud Ultimate Ranking. It will be. I should revisit that. I'd throw a lot of people for a curveball. They'd be like, what the hell? I thought this was never happening. Neighbors, Seth Rogen. I'm actually going to reset. Carson, are you real? As far as I know, I think I am. By the way, I just checked the time. This will be I'll do one more after this round, and then we'll head into call-ins. It's crazy. I blinked and 30 minutes went by. Office Christmas Party. Jennifer Aniston. This is a bad place to be. Along Came Polly. Yeah, this is all John's creation. John is super into AI, and I'm an AI model that he created. Cake. What the fuck is cake? Thank God. I was like, don't get me on cake, dog. Name an actor you'd really like to work with someday. Will Poulter. Seems like a chill hang. Cake is like a dessert you have at parties. Good to know. Noted. Baby Shark's big movie. Please work. Oh my God. I didn't realize how many rushes I had. I didn't realize you could just get rushes, dude. Thanks for pointing that out. I didn't realize. Where did you pull that from? I was invited to the premiere of this film a couple years ago by Dylan Sprouse himself. Slid into my DMs. Adam Sandler. God's Creatures. There we go. Good game. I was like, it's right there. You can't just throw me God's Creatures and not expect that. Okay, I got time for one more. Unless there's nobody, I'll give it a second. But don't stress if we didn't get to you. Lighthouse Bird. We will be revisiting this next week, as we usually do. Username is Ben. I sent you a request. I'm sorry, Ben. I just now saw this. Sorry about that. Walter, if you want to battle, you just send me a request. But also, I'm done for today after this. Fences. Denzel Washington. I Need Ireland. You Need Action Comedy. I'm going to go Training Day. Probably not a great place to be with action comedy, I'm just realizing, but do very early Best Picture predictions. So I was actually planning on doing it the week before I go to TIFF, because I imagine TIFF is going to, put out a lot. I mean, maybe next week before Venice even, because after that, then the race opens up quite a bit, or it becomes a bit clearer, I should say. Coleman Domingo. I'm just going to go Lincoln. Chronicle. What the hell is Chronicle? Never seen it. That's rough. I don't know what this is. I literally don't know what this is. First time that's ever actually worked. I was like, the poster looks kind of like Day After Tomorrow, so I went with that, and that actually worked. I don't know. That is crazy. I didn't know Oppenheimer was an option. I've never heard of Chronicle until right now. There's a lot of movies that I've just never heard of. Spider-Man Far From Home. Tom Holland. Cherry, dude. Cherry. Anyone see Cherry? Round of show of hands. How many people saw Cherry? The Electric State. Unfortunately, Cherry is a fake movie that doesn't exist. Okay, you got that one. We'll let it slide. I'm just going to see if maybe someone was in this. It always works. Zazie Beetz, of course. Zazie Beetz, of course. I'm going to block that. How is my rank not gone up, man? Is it because I'm playing? I just realized it's because I'm playing members, which is not ranked. Oh my god, dude. Okay, I might need to revisit ranked. Not today, but Joaquin Phoenix. No, he was not in Walk Hard. What was the Johnny Cash movie? Was it Walk the Line, of course. Maybe you're a fake movie that doesn't exist? No, I'm a fake. We've established this. I'm a fake guy that doesn't exist, created by John. Sweet Home Alabama. Reese Witherspoon. Wild? Marriage Story. Hit you with Inland Empire. Jurassic Park. Sam Neill. Or Steven Spielberg with anybody. Yeah, Schindler's List. Action comedy, you could play Naked Gun. Train Spotting. 28 years later, you know? Why not? I do need to check out Omaha. Yes. Made in Manhattan, 28 years later, The Bone Temple. Spoiler alert. Carson, what's the oldest movie limit you do? Like the oldest movie I would watch? I'd watch anything, bro. I'd go as old as possible. I think the oldest movie on my letterbox is that image of the monkey. It's like 3 images of a monkey that just kind of cycle through. It's a 2-second long movie. Nia DaCosta, Candyman. Did she do Hedda? Another movie that I need to see. I heard it's a heater from last year. I didn't hear the spoiler you just shared now. No worries. You're good. You're in the clear. Thor, Love and Thunder. I know there's something like right there. I'm not gonna do Taika Waititi, but I'm gonna do Closer. Is Closer any good? It's a Mike Nichols film with Jude Law and Natalie Portman. I'm like, how bad can it be? But I've heard some people be like, it's fine. But I'm kind of like, this seems like something I should have seen by now. The Holiday, Jude Law, Shrek. It's great. Nice. Closer sucks. Damn. Life comes at you fast. Back in Action, Shrek 2. I'm kind of fumbling this one. I want to do a Mike Nichols ranked video. My good friend Miles let me borrow his copy of the Mike Nichols book. Forget what it's called. Something Life. And I never gave it back. And I never read it. I'm a horrible guy. Dolomite is my name. It's perverse. Sounds like I gotta check it out. Good game? Oh! You said good game. I thought I was gonna win. And then that was you saying good game. It's over. Good game. Walter, I'm super sorry. I'm just out of time, but you will be first on the list next week. Okay. Let's end the stream with some call-ins. If you didn't know, at the top of the screen here, there's this number. If you call that number, you're going to hear my voice, and I'm going to ask you for your top 4. You're going to leave me a voicemail, and I'm going to give you your next movie recommendation live on stream. That's how it works. Google Voice. Let's see. Let's see what we got. Let's start with... Hopefully we don't encounter the Screamer today.
What's up, Karsten? How's it going?
We've definitely had this guy before. Let me just put that out there.
Favorite films as of right now is Taste of Cherry, Train Dreams, Pink Flamingos, and News from Home, the Chantal Ackerman movie.
All bangers.
Looking for something that'll get my juices flowing. Bye-bye.
Okay. I'm gonna recommend you another Iranian banger that you're gonna love. It's not a Kiarostami. It is a early Jafar Panahi. It's called The White Balloon. I believe it's actually his first movie, if I'm not mistaken. The White Balloon. I just know you're gonna love it. Follows a kid, has a very similar vibe to Taste of Cherry. I feel like Jafar Panahi has like a kind of similar blend of documentary and fiction as Chantal Ackerman in News from Home. And then Train Dreams, like, it's not like I think there's something beautiful about this that, like, Train Dreams also shares. Like, it's not an overly, like, bleak watch. So, yeah, give it a watch. The White Balloon, it's on Criterion Collection channel. Moving on. Let's throw this one on.
What up, Karst?
Is this not the same guy?
I'm trying to get into like horror this year.
Okay. I thought the transcription says you're trying to get into war this year, but you said horror. Let me just make that clear.
I wasn't really like, into it before, and so I watched like Backrooms and Obsession and a bunch of like kind of like modern like 2020s like mainstream horror. What is like one or two horror movies that as someone who's trying to get into the genre I should watch? Okay, thanks. Bye.
I love this question. That's such a good question. Damn. Okay, I'm gonna give you that's putting a lot of pressure on me, but I'm gonna give you the ones that I think are. I'm gonna give you one old one and I'm gonna give you one new one. The old one, if you haven't seen it and you're just getting into horror, I do recommend the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I think that's one of the classics that I think is very worthy of that status. It's horrifying and it's beautiful and it makes you think about horror as it's like what it brings out the specialty of the genre in that like it's not so plot heavy and is instead like the whole thing feels like horror as a mood. The style is like extremely strong and bold and beautiful and terrifying. Definitely the OG Texas Chainsaw Massacre. And then for a new one, just getting into it. Just getting into it. No, that's not a horror movie. I'm going to throw an underrated one. This is by no means a classic and by no means like everybody's favorite thing, but it's a movie from semi-recently that I think is super underrated, super good. And it is Creep, the Mark Duplass film. Check out Creep. It's a great horror movie. And I list Creep because it was one of the first horror movies that I watched when I was like getting into movies that made me like really love horror. I was like, this shit is it's just like what you want out of a simple kind of low budget horror movie. It's like inspiring. in just the way it's made. It's creepy. It's simple, but it's like just so well crafted. Creep and Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Those two. All right. Let's throw in one more.
Yo, Karsten. My top 4 are Singing in the Rain, the original Star Wars, Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, and Lawrence of Arabia. Thanks, man.
Super chill. Super chill. Singing in the Rain, original Star Wars, Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, Lawrence of Arabia. Damn. I can see what you're into. You're into the hits. You're into something that's not gonna be super. I don't want to go something super out there. I want to do something that like maybe you haven't seen though, but that is like pretty guaranteed to be a good time. It's not all the same guy. I can see the phone numbers, so I know it's not the same guy. Oh man. I'll recommend This is tough. It's like it's so broad, but it's not. Singing in the Rain, original Star Wars, Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, and Lawrence of Arabia. All That Jazz. I feel like that's a go-to recommendation sometimes, but for you specifically, it seems like a big heater that is like stylistically pretty interesting, feels very classic and iconic, but maybe you haven't seen it. And if you've been beating around the bush, now's the time to watch All That Jazz. Okay. We're going to call the winner for the poll. I have not seen the poll in a second, so I don't know where this matchup is at. I don't know what it's looking like, but I'm going to check it right now. And whoever it is when I look at it is going to be the winner for next week. Next week's film is it's a tie. We need to wait. It's a tie between The Maltese Falcon and Chainsaw Man. We're not watching both. I'll tell you that much. I just checked it again. 99 votes. Okay, let me just see if it gets to 100. If it gets to 100, we'll call it then. Is there one person who wants to make this interesting? One person who is a member or maybe is considering becoming a member who wants to spice this up? We're at 99 votes. 100 votes. It is The Maltese Falcon. It's The Maltese Falcon. Chainsaw Man. I'm sorry. It will be in the poll again. I promise. It will be back. I promise. Do not give up. We can still do it. At some point. I'm sorry, Owen. I'm sorry. But next week, we're going to watch The Maltese Falcon. I'm very excited. I've heard really good things. 1941, another 40s movie. Just an hour and 40 minutes. And it's available pretty much anywhere. Humphrey Bogart classic. Directed by John Huston. We will see you guys with that one next week. But okay, that's going to do. That's going to call it. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Really appreciate it. Today was a fun one. Today was a weird one. But in the meantime, next week, by the time I see you again, I'll have 2 new videos out. One of which is me ranking every film format. 70 millimeter, IMAX 70, Dolby, Screen X, 4DX. I'm ranking them all. That'll be out this weekend. And then I'll also have another judging movies based on their opening shots video that John so generously helped me put together. So be on the lookout for both of those. If you're a member, the next members exclusive Letterboxd roast will be out this weekend as well. I promise. I won't drop the ball again. This will be part 2. There will also be a part 3. So if you don't see yours in that one, don't worry. And I think that's going to do. Hope you guys have a good one. Go see something in the movie theater in the next week. And we'll talk about it all next Wednesday at 1 p.m. Pacific. It was great to see you guys. I will see you guys.